Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law through this channel. I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at MMTLP with updates in terms of oil wells and also the Congress campaign. We're also going to be looking at updates for FNGR and MMAT Metamaterials, so stay tuned for that. So let's first of all have a look at what's happening in the market. So headline here from CNBC. Business, we can see the Dow Jones drops 400 points today, Tuesday, as rising treasury yields rattle Wall Street. So I'm also aware that job openings are up. However, what we can see in terms of the overall market, S&P 500 here, significant amounts of red with Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon and Tesla all significantly down. So hopefully better news to come. So before we look at MMTLP, I'd like to give a shout out to Unusual Wales and also Frank Ness. And the post from Unusual Wales here is Justin, Senator Thomas Carper has profited on his shorts on the US economy. He has been one of the best traders in office for 40 years. So Frank's response here is that this is wild. Our own government is short on the economy. So in other words, to put it in a different way, Senator Thomas Carper is profiting from the US economy going down, the US economy struggling, and he's making money for it, and he's been one of the best traders for 40 years. So if that's not a conflict of interest, I don't know what is. So shout out to Anna here, who stated, no wonder he doesn't want to hear about naked short selling. He asked to sit at my breakfast table on a train DC in June. She tried to discuss MMTLP and naked short selling with him and asked when I was going to be in DC and Congress. He refused to listen as soon as the topic went to naked short selling and instead led the conversation in terms of climate change. So MMTLP was ignored, and now she fully understands why there was disinterest. If we can also have a look at in other developments, shout out again to Unusual Wales. We know there is obviously news in terms of Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX also ongoing. So the breaking news here is from Kevin O'Leary. He was paid $15.7 million for 27 hours, 20 service hours, 20 social posts and 50 autographs to promote FTX. So what we can also see here in terms of Sam Bankman-Fried's trial, which is today, Unusual Wales have also broke and what we can also see in terms of Sam Bankman-Fried's trial, which is today, Unusual Wales have also broken history, revealing which politicians he gave money to from FTX. On the left-hand side, we can see all the donations, which obviously seems quite staggering. And we can see, shout out here to Retro1U, who stated, in 2009, Bernie Madoff was sentenced to 150 years in prison for his role in the Ponzi scheme. His case became a symbol for financial fraud and highlighted the importance of regulatory oversight and due diligence in the financial industry. Bernie has certainly passed away in prison, but it looks like not much has changed. So let's now have a look at an update for the wells. So shout out here to C Plant, who's posted, well, look at what he found, 2 more well permits, and this will put us at 7 wells in total. So the Johnson E23 lease, close proximity 50 feet to each other, and also close proximity to the highway. So the good thing about being close to the highway, obviously it reduces transportation costs. And we can see here again, these are operating in Hudspeth and approved and submitted on the 27th of September 2023. So he's also gone on to say at the bottom that these are shallow wells. They are all vertical well bores, and they could have oil in the tanks hopefully very soon, and hopefully before end of year. So positive news there in terms of the wells. Let's now have a look at the campaign with regard to Congress. So shout out here to Bradley, who stated, Kansas, yes to MMTLP investigation. Just got a letter from Senator Roger Marshall, and he said the matter must be investigated to be sure no wrongdoing occurred and all bad actors should be held liable. So now, are you in Kansas? So if you are in Kansas, please try and reach out to Roger Marshall, and obviously the more information he gets about MMTLP, the more chance we have of Roger taking action. And again, credit to Bradley here. He's also received a letter from Teresa Fernandez, and she stated here she can help on the FINRA and SEC matters. If your inquiry involves an issue with the Fed agency, please contact her office. Phone number there. And are you from NM? Call right, tell your story, and obviously share this news. So again, great update here from Bradley. Let's now have a look at MMAT, Metamaterials. So shout out here to Meta News, who've posted in the last 30 days, MMAT, Metamaterials have completed $6 million common stock purchase agreement with Gregory McCabe. The Metamaterials have received $6.2 million purchase order. They've also announced a partnership for supply of nano web films with Panasonic, so that was tremendous news. And they've also just received victory in the class action lawsuit, which has been dismissed. In terms of the share price, I know today at open market it was up close to 9%. Currently at time of editing, I think it's still up close to 1%, but we are seeing one of the most significant red days in the market, so it's good news but not on a good trading day. So let's now have a look at the update from FNGR. So shout out here to Kristen Shaughnessy, who's posted here, they admitted they are short on FNGR. The most interesting and telling part of this article on Finger from Kapaya Research, why didn't the reporters put their byline? So this is a disclosure from the short. They have stated, we hold a short position in shares of Finger and believe the stock price is headed lower as the promotional campaign ends and share dilution begins. So they've also stated here, obviously, that the balance sheet is deteriorating, they believe, with eroding gross margins, and concurrently its cash burn is on the rise. This combination paints a concerning picture of a company's financial health, and Finger has given out millions of shares to repay debt investors. Most of these shares have not been sold, and investors have also already begun selling shares with millions more to go. So again, it looks like this short has done their best to certainly profit from destroying a company. It certainly seems to be successful so far in terms of what we are seeing today. At time of editing, FNGR is down, I think, 35%. So again, not a good overall situation in terms of the company, but let's see what happens going forward. And finally, thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.